Hi, my name's Shev,
And I'm Bennett.
and we're bringing you live coverage of the PUL 87 Grand Final against the Moon Doggies and Woof Doof. So here we have the first point of the game. Jackson has received the pull quite deep towards the end zone. Flicking the disc around to Sam, there's a little bit of a cup look coming from the Moon Doggies. Taco with the disc. Ooh, hits a beautiful break through the cup.
Yeah, exciting to see lots of players that take on the cup with a bladey shot.
Yeah, it's just really important to get that disc through. And just like that, the disc has worked all the way to the end zone with 3 passes. 1 to Woof Doof.
Straight into it again. Are we going to see another zone?
Yeah, Sam's putting on a mark here, and we've got the Japanese imports filling out the cup as well. This is a really exciting matchup.
Yeah, so remind me the names of the 2 Japanese imports.
I'm not exactly too sure, but we will check with that one in a little bit.
So Moon Doggies, some of their players don't have any names listed on after site, but we do know that Christian's just thrown a scuba over the top there. So
Just got information from the high-ups. We've got Fuka and Mochi, the 2 Japanese imports. So they're looking to make a big impact here in the finals.
yeah, and they'll be playing with Chaos at
Oh, wow.
Australian Nationals this season.
Oh, wow, how exciting.
Yeah, so really cool. Tokyo base players.
Yeah. So the Woof Doof zone here is doing well to contain the Moon Doggies as they're forced to swing it a lot back and forth. This will be a real test to the skill and quality of their handlers to see how they work it through here.
I think the player with the disc there, we know that he's played in Colombia before.
Oh, wow.
He's definitely likes to have the disc in his hands a lot. So although we probably won't be able to name him, we'll be able to see what he's doing and maybe even
beautiful
how he
grab
plays
right there.
differently.
Okay, they've just managed to work it up about 10 metres, and the Woof Doof zone has reset, and they're doing well to contain it here. A lot of fakes coming through, trying to get through that cup, but the cup's holding strong, they're forced to go back. Big shot over the top, and ooh, that's not a bad option.
Yeah, it's another bladey one. I love to see them. I think it's a high risk one.
Yeah,
to throw a
you're pretty
blade.
good at throwing some blades yourself, Bennett.
I try. Yeah.
There's another one right there. Ooh.
Everybody's getting into it.
Yeah, fast disc, get it moving through. Here's another one, straight into the end zone. Wow, there's no wind on the night, so it makes sense that these throws are turning into high percentage ones.
Yeah, you can pop it over a cup without too much trouble and without needing to take on a scuba or a hammer or something.
Got big pull fielded by Jackson.
And it's Jill with the disc. All right, so this is the Woof Doof Doof first, second point on offense.
Yeah, moving it through, we've got, looks like Tim Bowden with the disc. Swinging around to Jill, back again. She's looking for options. Not a lot of flow and decides to do a cheeky little backhand to Jackson on the far side. Tim comes in, moves out. Oh, we see a beautiful little bladey hammer.
It's hit a falcon on Taco in the middle of the field.
Unfortunately, couldn't get her hands to that one, but the intent to get it over the top was there.
Yeah.
Beck with the disc. Beautiful shot. She wants to get it again in the dump space, and she does. Number 5 for the Moon Doggies, Beck. Oh, beautiful up the line strike here. She's got it off to number 24, who looks, gets the dump off. And this is where you want to get that swing, but they're cramming it through onto the open side. And that's a lovely shot upfield, and they get the score.
Yeah, really tricky shot, but well placed.
2-1 to the Moon Doggies.
Yeah, so we've seen zone every point so far.
It's an interesting look, given there's not a lot of wind.
There's no wind, yeah, but the zone slows people down.
Forces them to swing.
I wonder how much nerves are in the final. You know, it's a Wednesday night, but sometimes when you know that you're playing for stakes, it's a lot harder to do simple things.
Got a cold drop by Woof Doof, and the Moon Doggies get possession to try and get another break here.
Bang!
Bang!
Over the top of everybody.
He's a thrower for sure.
Yeah, a bladey one that we're seeing heaps of tonight.
Beautiful 40-metre gainer, and the Doggies have got in a good position here.
So on the field, we're highlighting a couple of the defenders in the stack here. So Mochi is actually in the middle of the field.
Yeah, so she's just trying to float off and stop those options from
Yeah.
coming into the open side. There's a lovely break right around.
Yeah, I think they gambled a little bit to put a bit more emphasis on the open side, and they let out a big swing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we're okay with that.
It's a stole out call by Jackson, indicated with a little tap in your head. Someone's going to have a little chat here.
Jacko is a game advisor, sometimes when he's not playing.
Yep.
So from a commentary point of view, it's nice when someone can give us information off the field.
Yep, and the call stands. Jill hits Jackson with a quick one on the sideline, and he loves that backhand. And I love chasing down these backhands. They are beautiful. And you look at that one, it just floats perfectly into the end zone.
Yep, so they get one back. That
2-2.
was their offense. But, yeah, maybe nerves, I wonder.
Big pull from Jax going right into the end zone. Beck does not want to catch that one, and fair enough.
Got plenty of
Deep in
time.
enemy territory. Moves this up to the start of the end zone. And we've got some lovely cuts here. Oof, and just a little throwaway there.
Jackson runs to it. Everybody
wants
else is
this.
running as well.
Jackson has a look.
Yeah, so
Yeah, big swing around there. to
understandable.
Sam.
Oh, and we don't know who this is, but plenty of
Is that
fakes
Mochi
coming
with
out.
the disc? I think it is.
Wow.
Wow. And a beautiful shot to Tim on the sliding knees to get the score.
Yeah, we like that a lot. It's a
Little
1 meter
soccer
pass.
celly.
What's that?
A little soccer celly on that one.
All right, so woof doof. Woof woof doof doof.
Yes, woof woof doof doof. That's
they,
it.
They get a break.
I think that's Beck with the disc again. Can't see the number on the other side. Oh,
Nice
big
flick.
shot deep. In position.
Luca,
Wow.
unfortunately, doesn't have the height to contend with the Moon Doggies player.
Oh, it's just a-
taken nicely.
Beautiful read. Good hands. Love to see that in the end zone.
Yeah.
Beck with a big pull. Fielded by what looks like Jackson. Oh, a little fumble by him. Oh, that doesn't count as a drop.
He has been nutmegged. Tradition says he should hit the ground and do a push-up, but
I don't see him doing any push-ups here. Maybe
No.
we'll do it after. Tim with a beautiful shot to Jill. Jill sees Jackson running on the far side, hits him. He has a look up. No options coming through.
a collision in the middle of the field. Lots of players just running crazy directions.
Jill with incredible hands there to save the disc and finds Tim. Tim with a huge shot to Jackson, what looks like in the end zone.
Yep. A lot of 2 meter passes through that.
Enough people are calling a goal, which means it's a goal.
It's confidence stuff. Happy to see. Another zone point.
Yeah, it's close game out here. Massive pull from Jackson, opting for the inside-out shot. Yeah, so we're seeing a match defense look here from Woof Doof as they're trying to get the break here to get another one up on the Doggies. The Doggies are doing well, using the free options and providing cuts. It's still a little bit stagnant downfield.
Ooh, tricky one across the field. The blades have been working so far, so it's hard to fault. But yeah, maybe the defense has tightened up from woof woof doof doof.
Looks like it, and the Doggies are putting a hard match here as well. But there's a few gaps in the field, and Jackson has found them.
Darko shoots it inside.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, they'll be happy.
Straight to the chest, not making a receiver work. That's what you want to see. And that's a big break for Woof Doof, going up 5-3 in the game.
Yeah, on paper, I would have thought that the Moon Doggies might be the underdoggies of the matchup. But I think they've just been a little bit unlucky on a couple of their shots so far. Maybe not unlucky, but the ebbs and flows of the game have meant that they've dropped some easier points.
Yeah.
And the zone can be a bit stifling sometimes.
Yeah, so we see Woof Doof chuck that junky zone in, and they managed to get a 10 from it. Big shot deep. chased down by the Doggies.
Yeah, right in the corner of the screen.
So, Bennett, you've played in a lot of finals yourself. How does the pressure from finals compare to just a standard pool play game or season game?
I guess for pool, the game can be over before you know it. That was my last. I think I've only won pool just the one time, but definitely what I thought is that the game was about halfway through, and then suddenly the buzzer went, and we were last point.
Yeah, it just really flies by.
Yeah, on a regular Wednesday night, you're thinking, you take your time to get into the game.
Yep.
And especially if there's a heap of zone, the scores might not get all the way up to 10, 12. So the game could just disappear in front of you.
It's a little shot over the cup from the Doggies. A lot of fakes, getting that dump back to Beck.
There's Christian again. Loves to be behind the disc, but hasn't really been taking lots of aggressive options through. We prefer to go around the cup. Seems to be his priority, although he has been taking on some scubas and overhead shots when the cup is compressed like this.
It's good handler movement here to move that disc around and keep that dump option, but not a lot of flow from the cutters downfield to come through that cup or the handlers to push through that cup to get open. Hopefully we see the Doggies start to put that through.
Very similar shot to last time, and the wing players put enough pressure on to talk the receiver out of the catch. Very, very similar to the last turn.
And Woof has it back to get another break to try and put themselves up 6-3. Jackson with the disc in the middle of the field and just pops one, floats it out to Tim on the sideline.
Yeah, it's cool. I think basically every disc is coming out with some sort of angle or shape to go around defense that hangs in spaces.
Yeah, and without that wind, it's just a good option to get that disc there fast.
Very cool. A break shot that I think we'll get used to seeing as people play more zone. Sometimes it's on the thrower to just beat the mark, throw direct to someone without any defense. It was well done there.
It's a great shot from Fuka there.
A shorter pull along the ground. Will we see another zone? Yep. Sam Bennett on the marking duties. Maybe not a zone.
Very junky if it is.
Yeah, coming in to take the space in front of the disc.
Good read from the Doggies with the score in the end zone.
Oh, one pass. More of that, please, Doggies.
So I see the team starting to trade here, but the Doggies are down, so they will need to get a couple of breaks back.
Yeah, I wonder how the players that we've called a lot of, obviously with this edited footage, you see them come up point after point, but just looking at people putting their arms on their hips and this point of the game can be a bit
Quite
challenging.
tiring, yeah, for sure. Especially after a long day of work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
These games do tend to go a little bit late.
And lots of the speed to start the point, but being nice and aggressive. A zone again, but the side stack's still on the right-hand side. Will they get it all the way across?
Managed to the top of the stack, and that zone's still holding strong. Moves back to Jill from Sam. Has a look, gets it over to Mochi. Big bladey shot once again.
Love it.
Hits Taco perfectly. Jackson pushes through into that cup. The cup is still holding. Has a look, decides against it, and goes for a little hammer crossfield to Sam. No meters gained on this one, but just moving that cup around, getting them tired and trying to find those gaps.
Yeah, good patient stuff. Probably looking again at the overhead or a hammer.
Yeah, little bladey flick there. Beautiful shot through the cup there.
Through the corridor. That's awesome.
Dump back to Jackson. He has a look. Cup still holding there. Dishy little backhand. Back to Machi. Swung all the way around to Jill.
The containment is impressive here. Props to Moon Doggies. Sometimes the last meter is really hard, but they do it.
Props
They
to
do it
Woof
nicely.
there as well. Just swinging that disc around, finding the gap, and then Taka hits a beautiful shot to Jackson for the score. 7-4 to Woof Doof.
Yeah, change perspectives there. We've just got Moon Doggies coming out again.
Huge flick gets put down. Oh, good hand to it, but unable to come down with the disc. But very good look from Beck.
Heaps of pressure there, but still well played. Gives them a chance to play D the length of the field, so that they wouldn't be too unhappy.
Jackson picking up the disc. Beautiful break shot around. We go with the disc back to Jackson. That blade shot
Nice
comes out
one.
again. That's Parker with the disc now.
Okay, yeah.
Have a look.
Haven't called their name, but there's Jackson with a big flick.
That was beautiful. Straight into the hands of Taco, right in the end zone.
Yeah, cuts me off with a shot straight to the breadbasket. It's cool, I think, for PUL level and some action on the sideline as well. People laying out, which is always good.
It's always good to see.
But yeah, the nature of PUL is you get some really, really talented players throwing some great shots and some teams using, a zone, for example, that's really well drilled. So yeah, it does look like Brucey or Kyle is on the sideline
Top right corner there.
practicing his layouts. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me, Brucey.
I think that's pretty decent technique.
Lock
Give it
that
2
in.
thumbs up. Yeah. Getting ready for that Worlds campaign with Jackson Boche.
Yep, and that'll be a locally hosted. That's in the Gold Coast, so heaps of support from Perth Ultimate for those guys. In the meantime, Moon Doggies have got the disc. They've taken it off them somehow. What's been happening? Maybe a little bit stuck on the sideline.
Yeah, so they're
It's a
just
challenge.
moving that disc around, trying to find that option coming through from downfield. Here's one coming. All right, so now we're starting to see some flow here from the Doggies. Wants it deep in the end zone, but decides to swing it around, back into Beck's hands. Has a look. It's a nice little inside shot.
Just outside. Can they keep it up? We want to see the patience, the calm. It's 4-8. Yeah, and they squeeze it in just around the defender. All right, so they'll take a bit of time to breathe. They really wanted that point, and they're not out of reach.
Yeah. Not too long left in the game now, so they're going to have to start getting those breaks now. So we'll hopefully see a good defensive point here from the Doggies.
Yep, more zone, trapping them on the sideline. Lots of through passes are killing it, as well as the odd miscommunication.
Jackson with a beautiful little dive to save the disc. Getting those bladey shots around, working well for Woof Doof. Big swing. Back to Taco, moved all the way around. Yep, just in on the sideline. We still see that zony look hanging around from the Doggies, hoping to get a block here. Sam with the disc, number 57. It's a beautiful shot to Parko in the corner for the score.
Yeah, well played. The timing on the wing cut is really challenging. Kyle's just on the sideline. I don't know how many of these reps he did. Oh, looks like Sam got a hand to it. Deviated just to the offense anyway.
Big
shot.
buck.
Big contest. Oh, height wins in that one.
Jackson had good position, but unable to dig it up. Decides to play it back and move that disc around. Here's a big cut coming through. Can Beck break in? She has a look. And Sam's pulled in for a little bit of extra poach help.
Beck's been playing really well.
She has been. Just demanding the disc every time. And look at that shot. Just a beautiful one.
Yeah, opens up the field. Question as to whether the disc is in the goals. It's not. Lots of players cluster around though.
Little push pass for the meters. And there we
Yeah.
are, right in the end zone.
Yeah.
Good little 1-2 action. Jack, I think that's Brucey on the sideline, still laying out. Don't know how many he has in the tank, but he's getting everyone to throw it for him. Jackson fielding the pool, hits Jill, moves it around. Beautiful shot from Archie.
Julian.
Ooh, and the throw just goes down. Tim unable to save it.
Someone's doing their shoelaces in the right in front of the disc. That's tricky. And a D. Well played. But a call might have been made here. Often we see strip, foul. It can be hard to come through uncontested foul, so very helpful. Yeah, Moon Doggies keep the disc.
Just back again with 10 seconds on the clock. Defense moving around, but the dump gets off back to Beck. It's a fiery little flick. And they're working that disc, but not for many meters. The Woof Doof is doing a good job on defense here.
Christian gets down.
Wow.
Oh, props to him.
Looks like a huge layout. Looked like he saved that disc, but it's just popped out.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing. He wasn't expecting that to go back into the backhander space.
Ooh, beautiful inside shot to Tim.
Yeah, it might have had the backhand open, but the flick is good too.
Knocking on the door of the end zone. Back to Tim for the 1-2. One-handed outreach grab in the end zone. Woof Doof is starting to run away with this one. 10-6 is the score.
Yeah, the game is approaching that point where you think whether you can get it back and what's it going to take. And sometimes the other team will make those mistakes because they feel like they've got it in the bag. So
High release flick. Does not have the distance on it, and it gets turfed. We see Sam with the pickup. Nice flick to Taka on the sideline. The disc keeps getting worked up. Ooh, big shot around, but gobbled up by the Doggies.
yeah, good scramble. Lots of discs that look like they're hanging on the finger.
Yep.
We've all been there.
So the stack is really shallow right now. Not a lot of good options for the Doggies to hit, so they decide to dump and try and get that stack sorted. Big breakside shot here. Beck with the disc. Starts moving it back around. Doggies are looking to get the score here.
Yeah, this looks like exhausting work. Lots of cuts, lots of things that aren't being looked at because of probably pressure beforehand. Really good by the Doggies. They've got to lean and stretch to catch every disc. But really, we all know that they just need one clean, efficient cut into the end zone, especially off the swing. Yeah, and they can end it now.
Oh, beautiful little hammer.
Yeah.
Looks like a pick has been called.
Tough. Yeah. If they'd been able to clear the space for him, the shot was money, and I'm guessing will look to do something similar.
I'll be surprised if that throw doesn't come out, especially with the high stall count.
Yeah. Something close once again.
Meanwhile, Brucey on the field, practicing his cuts now, running on and off. So they're still having a chat here.
Yeah, we're benefited from the luxury of not having to listen to all of it and wait for things like that to be resolved.
About to tap the disc in now. Decides to swing.
Great D from Taco. Stifling.
Nice. They're just slowly working that disc up between the handlers. Nice little cut, but the throw just can't get there to her. Jackson with the pickup. Woof Doof looking to ice this game out.
Yeah. Taco with lots of space.
Directing traffic, Jackson. Telling his cutters and his handlers where he wants them. He's just always there, works very hard to get that disc back, and it's always reliable when you're in the handler space and you just see Jackson running.
Yeah, locking eyes. Very important as a handler.
Never look away, he'll make you know.
Yeah, so Parko, we thought she had heaps of space, maybe too much. Eventually they get it to her, and it's a goal.
Taco is just such a damaging receiver, and you really need to put a body on her when she goes deep because she will eat all of those frisbees up.
Yeah, put a couple on.
And up for the PUL, 6-11 to Woof Doof.
Now, I know that Woofdorf plays with a lot of momentum, but we have seen them go down to Marlow in recent weeks as well. So sometimes it seems that they can't really get their connections going. It's nice to see that tonight they're looking strong. But yeah, it's an interesting one. They've got lots of different players that like to play.
A lot of different styles on this team as well.
Yeah.
And obviously with the mix of Japanese players as well as Perth locals on this team, you'd like to think that there's a little bit of work with communication that needs to be established.
Yeah, and the mixed gender as well is an impact for players that like to play a lot of single gender seasons.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with it being the single gender season right now.
Yeah, so Nationals this week or at the time of upload, potentially ongoing. Very exciting. Lots of Perth talent that's developed over the last anywhere from 5 to 10 or 15 years.
Very exciting times for Perth Ultimate. So Woof putting a good defensive pressure here. But the Doggies just managing to work it around. Disc just saved.
Yeah, that was a ripper. Looked really good to me.
Parker agrees it's in, but we may have another call. No, we don't.
If nothing else, that was them getting a bit of a breather because the pressure was awesome.
Absolutely. Jackson just elevates, gets a hand to it.
Unreal.
The Doggies come down with the disc.
Well played. Oh, people are standing there. They think they're open and the gap closes really quickly. And another over the top.
Big swing around.
Tim.
Oh, beautiful from Tim with the layout score. There's proof.
Oh.
There's proof that he got down. I was not expecting that one, not gonna lie.
Tim has just wanted any really excuse to lift his shirt up.
Get the rig out, and fair enough.
Yep. Looking good. Jackson gets away with one. We've all had lots of chances where we've gotten a nice clean hand to the disc on D and then it goes straight to the offense anyway. So.
Doggies looking like they're putting an interesting little look here. So at times they were doing a little bit of a two-man force middle. Now it looks like they've come back to that junkie zone.
Yeah, it's a zigzagging game through the cup.
But Woof is doing well to get that disc around. Jackson moving his mark, gets the disc back to Tim, who sees Taka cutting, shakes her off, and then moves the disc to, I believe that's Mochi.
Mochi, yeah. Looking for an overhead.
Jill, give and go, gets it back, knocking on the door of the end zone for the 12th score for Woof. Gets it back to Jackson. Cup still holding strong from the Doggies, unable to push through Woof. Big break around. The swing keeps going to Taco. It's now on the other sideline. She sees Parker, but defense does well to get there. Little dish back. Dill to Mochi. Hits Jackson. Meters gained here. Oh, he wants the blade, but there's no one there. And then he hits it to the other side.
Yeah, the beauty of the blade. You can throw it on the break side, on the open side.
You can put it wherever you want.
Yeah. Not the kindest throw to catch, but...
he gets there before defense can get there. I guess that's the main thing.
If you put it on your receiver's chest, it's just up to them.
They've got to catch it.
Yeah.
Back with the disc, moving it around. We see a match look here from Woof. Just backing themselves to win the one-on-ones. Oh, couple of fakes. Looks like she wants to throw a blade as well.
Yeah, heaps of speed, lots of tight spaces.
Back with a beautiful little shot. Oh, look at that. Give and go. One-handed snag by number 12 on the sideline. 24 wants it back, and for the score. That's some good flow. That's probably some of the best flow we've seen from the Doggies, working it through their girls on the sideline.
Yeah. Interesting, they've haven't hit too many big shots except for at the start of the game. I'm thinking that the story of the game has been a lot about the zone on D, and then on offense, that Woof, Doof, Doof have just looked a bit more comfortable outside the end zone.
Yeah, I do know that the Moon Doggies do enjoy to play big every now and then and play long. So it's interesting to see that Woof Doof is doing something to force them to attack those unders and move the disc around and then back themselves to get the block. Sam unable to hold on to that one. This goes out in close towards the Doggies' own end zone.
Yeah, so recapping the game, we've had a few big plays. As we're nearing the end, just a shout out to Jules. He's not paying me to say this, but thank you, Jules, for filming this filming this content for us. Oh, that goes down, but she looks like she's all right.
Little Chad had here. A little bit of soreness in the joints. A little bit of tiredness as well, I'd imagine.
It's a long
19
season.
Points of Frisbee as well tonight.
Yeah, what is it, 10, 12 weeks?
I'm not too sure. I've only played pool once, and it was for half a season. I believe it was filling in for Julian's team for the second half, and they were injury-ridden. Believe it or not, actually won that season in the grand final.
Huge. Yeah, don't get injured, folks. Otherwise, Shev's coming for your spot.
Absolutely. 100% success rate with pool. Probably not going to come back. Moon Doggies looking to move the disc around, but we've got some good defense from Woof Doof. Big shot over the head of the receiver to Sam, who puts it straight into Jill's hands and hits Jackson for the massive flick. And that's just a beautiful shot to Taco. Taco's always going to be there ready to catch in the end zone. Just a nice little backhand to Tim, who scores it.
Yeah, Tim, who shakes off hitting the ground at speed. Back out there.
And just quietly, Brucey is still on the sideline, shirt off, and now running laps up and down the field.
Oh, and there's more shirtless content for you.
Yep, so that's the final score for today. We've got Woof Doof taking down the Moon Doggies 13-7 in the grand final for the 87th season of Perth Ultimate League. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Thanks, Shev.
Thanks, Bennett. It's always a pleasure.
All right, see you guys around.